Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. While the launch of Season 4 was definitely not as content-packed as I think a lot of us were expecting, the remaining weeks that we've got left in the season certainly have a lot of potential. We've got a few more pretty big updates left on the roadmap, including a new DLC weapon, a new multiplayer map, and even a new operator. So we've definitely got some more prominent content updates on the horizon, but there is also a lot coming to the game all around in the near future. We know for sure we're going to have a mid-season update here soon, and as of now we've got some solid confirmations on some of the changes that'll be coming to the game in the next big update. So as we go through it all, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here, I am always talking about the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, you name it, you'll find it right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on to stay on top of all of that stuff. Now, a couple of things worth mentioning. All of this info today is stemming either from some Infinity Ward developers directly or through the Trello board, as we do have some new changes and updates there that either have been updated and moved from an in-progress fix to being confirmed as fixed in a future update, or just simply listed as a new fix that is coming in a future update. Also, the timing of all of this is pretty important to bring up as well. Of course, we are all pretty much wondering when the mid-season update is going to be. As of now, nothing has been officially confirmed, but Ashton Williams did tweet saying, "Today is just a playlist update." This was last Tuesday, by the way. "Weapon changes and other fixes will be in our next update. I can't give exact timing yet, but more details to come." So obviously we've got some weapon tuning coming up, more on that here in just a moment, but she says those changes and fixes will be coming in our next update. But note how she does not specifically say title update, which is kind of confusing, because this seems to imply that this next Tuesday, the 30th, is when the 1.23 or mid-season update could go live, which, yeah, honestly, that is totally possible. However, she may also be referring to the next actual title update in general, and she just didn't specify, in which case that does not necessarily mean that the mid-season update is going to fall on this upcoming Tuesday. And if it doesn't, I would expect it then to happen on July 7th, as that just makes the most sense when it comes to what we have left after this upcoming week. So these changes will effectively be coming to the game at some point during the next 2 weeks. Now, as I just mentioned, one of the biggest changes coming in the next title update is going to be a new round of weapon tuning and adjustments, meaning we are going to see some weapons get buffed, some weapons get nerfed, and as we have mentioned before, we're not sure on the exact specifics, but we do know the Grau is going to be on the receiving end of some nerfs, according to Joe Seacott, who quoted a tweet asking about when the Grau was going to be nerfed by saying, "We have a batch of weapon tuning in the works for the mid-season update." So that is probably one of the biggest changes that we know is coming in the next big update. And yeah, prepare yourselves, the Grau nerf is incoming. Now, moving on, another recent change that was announced comes from Joe Seacott again over on Twitter, as he said that they'll be adding the realism mode into the quick play filter sometime soon. And honestly, this is an update that could come with any random playlist update, or it could be tied to the mid-season update. It's really something that does not necessarily need a title update to be added in, but for any realism fans out there, it will now become a permanent option under the quick play filters sometime in the near future. Then, another change that we know is coming in the next update is a fix to Warzone games actually affecting your win-loss ratio over in multiplayer. This has been an issue for a little while now, and apparently, a lot of players have seen their win-loss in multiplayer drop down a bit because they were playing more Warzone, where obviously it is a bit harder to win games compared to just regular multiplayer. However, have no fear, Ashton Williams did confirm that they have a fix coming for the win-loss issue in the next update. Again, this could be fixed on Tuesday if we just see a regular playlist update, or it is going to be fixed with the mid-season update whenever that ends up going live. Now, continuing on, Joe Seacott also revealed a few weeks back that the Warzone menu is going to be getting an upgrade of some sort that basically reorganizes the entire menu with how playlists are shown and whatnot. He mentioned to Swag over on Twitter that in the next big update, aka what we are assuming is the mid-season update, we are going to see further improvements to the menu UI to allow for more room and visibility, which I think just means we're going to see things grouped into different categories, like we're going to have a plunder category that has duos or blood money or whatever else. We're going to have a core battle royale category with solos and duos and trios and quads. And then we may also have an LTM category with the various limited time modes that we see on any given week. which, definitely is not the biggest update in the world, right? But it is a new change nonetheless. Also, another smaller update that was recently confirmed by David Michner is that the Cali sticks are going to be added into the custom modes like Infected and Gun Game in a future patch. However, we're not sure if this is going to be included in the mid-season update or not, but it is coming regardless. Now, one more thing I want to bring up before we dive into the new Trello board changes is in regards to the actual 1.23 title update itself. As a while back, Ashton Williams mentioned that IW is going to be focusing on minimizing the size of all the future updates as much as they can. I mean, it's very obvious that Modern Warfare is a thick game, right? Like, we're talking thick with 3 C's, folks. This thing takes up a ton of storage on all platforms, as we all know. So pretty much with every new update now, people are worried about losing even more space on their hard drives. However, Joseph asked Ashton if the future updates will continue to be larger, the same, or smaller than what we recently had with the Season 4 update. And she said she is not 100% sure, but around the same or less is what they aim for, and that they plan on doing as much as they can to decrease the size of the future updates. So this likely means that in the future with title updates, we're still going to see those larger downloads like what we've seen most of the year. Where some updates will be 15 or 20 plus gigs in size. However, the actual space that they take up on your drive will only be like an additional 2 or 3 or 4 gigs. So that's just a heads up there. Then outside of the developers confirming certain changes, we also have the Trello board, which gives us a handful of changes and updates that are coming for both multiplayer and Warzone as well. So when it comes to multiplayer, mainly there are in-progress changes listed here, and quite a few of them we have already covered in the past. But there are a few new things that have been updated to be fixed in a future update. So we see that they are fixing the M4 reload not working correctly when you have an underbarrel launcher and also the 50-round mag attachments equipped, players not being able to restock the flaming throwing knives, and also demolition not working as intended in overtime. Then for Warzone, again there are a ton of in-progress fixes here, but we do see that players respawning under the map after winning a gulag, Charlie and Mara operators not appearing in the exfil video, supply chopper audio being too loud, and supply choppers spawning under the map and actually killing players when they rise from the ground are all issues that are getting fixed in a future update. Particularly, I am really glad they're looking into fixing the supply chopper audio. I know whenever that event happens in-game, it is basically like 10 straight minutes of hearing nothing but the supply chopper audio constantly, which, for obvious reasons, is not super convenient when you're trying to listen for footsteps or gunfire or doors, or pretty much any kind of audio that's not a supply chopper. So that is definitely an update that I am certainly looking forward to. Also, there is one change mentioned for PC that is listed as fixed in a future update, and it is the memory error 13-71, which we've seen for literally months now. So honestly, who knows when this one is going to be fully fixed, but if you do still run into it, just know apparently they are still working on it. And as always, when we do discuss the Trello board topics, we gotta remember that these are not all of the changes that Infinity Ward is working on. These are just some of them that they decide to reveal, and when it comes to the next big update, chances are the patch notes will include several more changes that we did not see mentioned on the board itself. Now, when it comes to actual content, as I mentioned in the intro, there are still a few things left on the roadmap that we know of, but those items do not have any specified release dates. Usually we find out about a few days prior to them going live that they'll be coming to the game with a certain update. So if you are wondering about the Rose Operator, Cheshire Park, Team Defender, the Rytech AMR, Juggernaut Royale, or the new Supply Run contract, as of now there are no dates listed for any of those releases, but as always, when we do find out any new info, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. Anyways, with all of that being said, those are effectively all of the changes, updates, and fixes we know are confirmed to be coming to the game in the next big update, aka the 1.23 update, aka the mid-season update. And that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and pretty much everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. Also, I know we've been plugging G Fuel a lot this month. They have been showing us a lot of love with the 30% off waves, but right now there is actually a surprise 30% off weekend. So right now until tomorrow, code WhosImmortal will actually get you 30% off your entire order. So if you want to grab a new tub, shaker, or starter pack, now is a great time to do so. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.